Well, hey, how y'all doing out there today? Listen, as many of y'all know, I'm getting ready to travel and got some big changes coming up in my life. So I was going through some things, and as you can see back there behind me, that old Appalachian Trail, or that old external frame pack I took on the Appalachian Trail, is back there behind me, and I'm cleaning it out and getting it ready to pack up and checking it out. And hadn't picked it up for about a year or so, so just getting it ready, to pack up and head out and put it on and wear it because that's a good pack. And but when I went to um, clean it out, I was thinking about, hey, I'm having to pack this pack, and here I am moving again, and wow, and then the story of why I got that pack. I was just kind of looking at it, and I thought, there's Godzilla. I'm cleaning Godzilla because that's what the pack's name. And I started to smile because my situation ain't completely how it looks to me, and things are gonna be good for me because I'm positive like that, and I believe that. But I want to tell y'all this story about this backpack and what happened before I went on the trail and why I was on the trail and why you're gonna miss out on so many stories about how people really are if we judge books by their cover. So, um, well, anyway, about like I said, about 3 years ago, I was down and out and had a lot of money, and I was well, a little bit of money enough to go travel, and I was going to walk the Appalachian Trail and lose myself to find myself, so to speak, and just get away from everything for a while. And I really didn't plan on coming back, y'all. So I was picking good, sturdy gear. I'd gotten a really nice tent that was real high dollar, but only weighed a pound and a half because I was being conscious about the weight. I've been waiting to walk the Appalachian Trail my whole life, and here's my chance. So I was paying attention to gear, and there was a certain pack that I wanted, and it was in Columbus, Georgia, and I was going there anyway. So I announced on Facebook, I believe it was, that I was coming over to Columbus to get this pack. So on the way to Columbus, in one of the zones where I could pick up something, actually on my little sister's cell phone, I got a message from a brother of mine. Said, "Hey, Bill, can you come by while you're here, or come by before you get that pack I want to talk to?" So I said, "Fine." And I ain't seen this brother for a while. He had lost his legs in '93 in Iraq in an accident, not in the war part, but in the equipment being moving around and all. And but had made it real well in computers, so was doing real good for himself. So I wanted to go see him, and I was fixing to get off for a while, so it would be good to see a good friend. So go over to see him, and he comes to the door, and he's got this new prosthetic, and I'm like, wow, there, Lieutenant Dan, you got it going on, man, and look at you, I can't even tell, and we meet, doing what buddies do, man, meeting and greeting. So we finally got to the point where he said, hey, are you really going to do this trail thing? And I said, yeah, brother, I got to go. This is things are bad. And he said, well, I know what you mean. And I was at that point right before the war came up, and my unit got called up, and I had to go. And you know what happened. So I never got to do what you're doing right now, Bill. But maybe you can help me out with something. He said, we go down to my basement. I got this old pack. Can you bring it up here? So I went down there, and it was where he told me it was. It was all wrapped up in plastic, and I brought it up, and it was in new shape still, and nothing dry rotted or nothing. And but I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, wow, this is back when I was in the Boy Scouts or something. This would have been cool. I mean, look at it. It's one of them old Frankenstein packs. And he said, Bill, um, he said, I was going to walk the Appalachian Trail. You're fixing to do it. If you took this pack for me, it would be like me kind of being there. Could you do that for me, brother? And I said, yeah, brother, I can. So we sat there, and I think I spent the night that night, and I left the next day. And I got all the way back to Brunswick, and I was packing up, and my brother-in-law was going to take me up to Springer Mountain, and I had to get back to their house. And by the time I got over there, I was really thinking about it because, like I said, I had the money to buy my own stuff, and I had some stuff already planned out. But no, man, this brother asked this, and it was legitimate, and it even led to a thought about what I was going to do for him. I bought a little Asus laptop that folds out with a keyboard on it because I didn't like cell phones at the time, and I used it to show other people that were homebound or disabled or couldn't go to show them the Appalachian Trail because I was on it for like the next 4 months, and that turned out nice. And I nice, beautiful pictures and showed everybody the mother the way I got to see it and got to walk it. And but sure, I took that pack, and so I could stop right there and say, hey, that's a great story, and that's how we should do for other people. But let me tell you what happened with this pack and why I think about judging a book by its cover. The Appalachian Trail has a lot of what I call pro hikers, and these are people that have put a lot of money, a lot of thought, a lot of time, and a lot of effort into gear. They've gotten the backpack down to what, when I walked it 3 years ago, most people were working with a 22 to 25 pound pack weight. That's 45 to 48 pounds right there. That's just depending on how much food I have, and that's with lightweight gear. But I did carry anyway. Some people can walk it like that, but there's a lot of, like with any other sport or something that you turn into a obstacle course or a challenge or whatever, you got gear for that. So they had name brand gear. I basically wear combat boots, and I wore some. Matter of fact, I wore that old pair of tactical boots over there from the military. They felt great and did a great job. They only weighed a couple pounds, so I had them on that one. But anyway, these guys got a lot of gear in that. So at a lot of campsites, or at a lot of places where people meet up at the shelters and all, or like Neil's Gap, that was really where I got a lot of funding from. People would look at my pack and smile and be like, hey man, you seen what they got today, or you pack up your house, and and they'd make little jokes, and well, then I tell them the story about the pack. I say, well, the reason I'm carrying that pack, and I tell them the story. Y'all, you don't know how many jaws I put on the ground. You don't know how many people I saw there shaking their head. I should have carried around a pocket full of salt so they could put it on that crow when they ate it. They saw something nice. They saw something beautiful. But what they saw, and what I'm kind of want to add a little bonus to this, it wasn't just that I did something good for a brother. He actually had done something good for me and didn't know it. And I think when we're helping each other out in this kind of way, and this is what I want to get at about judging a book by its cover, because many of these people that you look at that you think you can help, they can help you in a lot of other ways. They can help you emotionally. They can help you physically by asking them to help with the yard, or help build something on the house, or just help with something. I'm going grocery shopping one day. Can you help me with the bags? And there's lots of things where we can help each other. And this was one of them. Is that, as I said, and I'll show you. Hold on a minute. See, this old, I'll say by itself, I don't know, probably weighs about 5 pounds or so. I don't know. I have to weigh it out. But you see how it's got the good straps, the good hip belt on it. It's got a good thing in the back. But look at all that metal. I mean, and like I said, when I had it on, I'm not gonna. When I had it on, it was like up here. So uh, and um, but the thing was, when I strapped it in and I pulled it tight and I had it on, the weight went straight down my back, and somehow that crazy looking bit of aluminum tubing and the weight of that pack and the up and down and up and down and up and down of the ridgeline of the Appalachian Trail, the sleeping on the ground, fixed my back in many ways. I still felt the pain, but I never got to levels where it would endure all day. Get up in the morning, start walking. Within the first 15 or 20 minutes, that hiker's high would hit me. And that part of hiking is amazing in itself. It's like sometimes even the first half hour of serious hiking can suck, and you're like, ah, and your legs feel like they're burning for oxygen already, and you just start hiking, and then all of a sudden you just, and it's like you don't even know it, and you're not walking on air, but you are in a different place. And I think runners and joggers and very physical people feel this kind of thing. It's like the body just takes over and says, I'm going to do it. They know you're not going to, the body knows you're not going to stop, so the brain maybe shuts off some nerves or sends out a little love. I don't know. This pack being around my back is the reason why I was to make it almost all the way to the halfway point I was trying to. I was like about 87 miles shy of Harper's Ferry, all the way from Springer Mountain. Went all the way through to Georgia, getting up the trail, going across those real high ridge lines, Blood Mountain, all through Cherokee, North Carolina, all the Butte, Tennessee, Fontana, Smoky Mountains. Matter of fact, you can actually add another 50 miles, because I was not going to pay 25 miles to walk the Smokies. I walked around the Smokies with the whole Smokies in my view on a free trail that you can use dogs and stuff, because they've turned that into corporate. But what I'm getting at is, I would not have been able, if I had not, I've said, I don't think I would have made it that far. I've seen these things they got now. They rely on drop and a little bit of some hard plastics and whatnot, but it's just nowhere near what that is. That's a contraption to some people, but somehow it wrapped around me just right. So I see where two brothers helped each other out, whether they knew it or not, and I wasn't judging him for what he did or what happened to him or where he was or you can't go and I can and you shouldn't be asking me this or this is for me or whatever. No. And he didn't judge me. I, Bill, you're stepping away and you used to be like me and you used to make a lot of good money. And no, we both had a common interest and we thought we could do something for each other about it, and we did. In the meantime, it did help each other out because we found out the story and because these people on the trail found out this story. I watched hearts change, y'all. I watched people be so less judgmental. Um, my whole life, I've been, especially my adult male life, I've been tired of the ragtag stereotypes I've gotten, even when I didn't have a beard. Even as a matter of fact, especially when I didn't have a beard, especially when I was clean cut, especially when I was doing well, and I got stereotyped into one kind of a Southern man uh, when I never even lived a part of that kind of a lie. And here I am now with all that's going on, and I have brothers and sisters that stopped for a minute and they saw the cover and they wanted to read it to find something bad, and they found a little bit of themselves in it by looking at me because I ain't no different than none of y'all. And we have talked about this so much. We are all powerful. We are all our own leader. We can look at each other for guidance. We can look at each other for stories. If we can get beyond the cover and break the stereotypes, we can look at each other for solutions that we can do together. Nobody's going to pull nobody out of this. I couldn't take him on the trail. You see what I'm saying? And he couldn't bring me back into on his trail. That's for sure. I wasn't coming back into society. Yeah, he offered me a job actually after I got back, and right now I don't do that. It was marketing. And um, in the meantime, because we did help each other, good things come of it. And I will never stop letting y'all know that is what energy is made of. We are frequencies, y'all. We are putting out and receiving frequency constantly. This is why I worry about the 5G Gwen towers. This is why I worry about the systems, the microwave frequencies that they use. This is why I worry about them manipulating the weather and manipulating the ground. It's not natural. But there is, when we put out something good, we get something good back. When we put out something bad, we get something bad back. And then we can do the self-fulfilling prophecy thing where we say, oh, something bad's going to happen to me today and something bad will happen. Or, hey, man, I'm going to have a great day and you'll have a great day. That's natural energy. It's not anything amazing. It's not like you can tap into something and do spells and grab your wand and act weird. It's just knowing that what you put out, you're going to get back. So we got to concentrate on this now because they're putting out a lot of negative things, especially across the TV, the airwaves, and the frequencies. And we're just going to have to battle it back with our own natural gray matter. We don't have a defense for it, y'all. We have to we have to quit letting them trick our minds, and we have to we have to get off the TV and start opening some of these book covers, which are you and me. Open up the cover to me and I'll show you my story. Let me see your story. Open up your cover because I'm going to see beyond your cover. I'll open it up. Show me your story. I want to know. We learn from this. We build societies and communities from this. I don't know about great civilizations. I don't know about big cities. I don't know about money or all the crazy shit that comes with it after that. I just know that we lost that. And things as simple as that pack and helping a brother. That could change lives. That could change lives. That could change whole paths. So we got to get back that. Quit judging a book by its cover, or you'll never know any stories out there. All right? Think about that. Think about that for real, because that is like the baseline problem. We can't get past our own nose, and what we think somebody's looking like is what they're going to be. We find out who they are first, and find out who you are by doing it. You'll find out who you are by doing that. I love you. Peace. And don't live in fear. And don't judge a book by its cover. Because that's a fearful thing to do. And that's actually a stereotypical thing to do. Think about that.